For the first time, a former White House intern is sharing intimate details about her affair with President Kennedy.
I ask your help in this effort, and I can assure you that every degree of mind and spirit that I possess in reestablishing the prestige and strength of our country, I ask your help.
John Kennedy's tragic death cannot be forgotten. However, amidst his remembrance are the whispers of alleged affairs with the likes of Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, Judith Exner, and many more. Join us as we shed light on the magnificent women who had an affair with John Kennedy. Marlene Dietrich. In 1962, Marlene Dietrich, a legendary German actress known for her sultry allure, found herself in an unexpected rendezvous with President John Kennedy, also called JFK, at the White House. This clandestine encounter would be etched in the annals of history as one of JFK's intriguing affairs. As fate would have it, Dietrich's visit coincided with a time-sensitive commitment, an award ceremony scheduled for 7 p.m. It was against this backdrop that Kennedy approached her with a sly smile and whispered, "I hope you aren't in a hurry." Despite Dietrich's time constraints, the allure of the moment proved irresistible. A brief interlude ensued, shrouded in secrecy and filled with the electric chemistry between two influential figures. The minutes ticked away, and at 6:15 p.m., Dietrich, aware of her impending commitment, gently awakened the drowsy president. A towel-clad Kennedy, ever the gentleman, led her to an elevator and instructed the operator to arrange for a car to transport Dietrich promptly. Before bidding her farewell, Kennedy posed a surprising question, offering a glimpse into the complex dynamics of his family's romantic history. He inquired about Dietrich's involvement with his father, Joseph Kennedy, who had reportedly engaged in an affair with another renowned actress, Gloria Swanson. Dietrich's response, denying any intimate connection with the elder Kennedy, left us with a tantalizing mystery of the untold stories and entanglements that lay beneath the surface of the Kennedy dynasty. Marilyn Monroe. No exploration of JFK's affairs would be complete without peeking into the captivating connection he shared with Hollywood's legendary icon, Marilyn Monroe. Their relationship, steeped in intrigue and glamour, continues to fascinate and tantalize to this day. Monroe's association with the president elevated her status to a symbol of intertwined sensuality and power. However, the precise nature and extent of their involvement remained shrouded in ambiguity. On one occasion, Marilyn Monroe was invited to sing at JFK's 40th birthday. With her mesmerizing voice, she sang the Happy Birthday song and said the words, "Happy Birthday, Jack," and blew him a kiss. This raised eyebrows among the 15,000 attendees and media. The story of JFK and Marilyn Monroe represents a collision of fame, power, and vulnerability, encapsulating the essence of an era. It continues to captivate and provoke questions as we yearn to unravel the enigmatic bond that existed between these two iconic figures. Judith Exner. In the realm of JFK's affairs, one name stands out prominently: Judith Exner. Her story weaves a complex web of romance, intrigue, and shadowy connections that captivated the public's imagination. Exner's involvement with Kennedy goes beyond mere romantic entanglement, as she was also linked to mafia boss Sam Giancana, adding a layer of intrigue and danger to the narrative. Exner claimed to have been both JFK's lover and a go-between for him and Giancana, serving as a conduit for their clandestine dealings. This revelation exposed a world where politics intersected with organized crime, blurring the lines between power, loyalty, and personal desires. Her position as a trusted confidant of JFK and a liaison between him and the mafia added an element of danger and secrecy to their relationship. The story of Judith Exner offers a glimpse into the hidden dimensions of JFK's life, a world where political power clashed with the underworld. While some questioned Exner's credibility and the veracity of her claims, her story added a layer of complexity to the already enigmatic character of JFK. It forced us to confront the possibility that his personal life was not only entangled in affairs of the heart, but also entwined with shadowy figures who operated beyond the realm of traditional politics. Diana DeVeg. Let's take you on a captivating journey into the clandestine affair between John Kennedy and a woman named DeVeg. Their story began in 1958 when JFK's eyes were drawn to DeVeg at a political dinner. As she described it, his high-energy sparkle was initially directed at everyone in the room, but then it focused solely on her, making her feel truly special. This chance meeting paved the way for a 4-year-long affair that would forever change Dveig's life. Dveig was completely overwhelmed by JFK's charm, handsomeness, and the attention he showered upon her. She found herself caught up in a whirlwind of emotions, captivated by his wit and the men surrounding him who constantly reinforced how fortunate she was to be in his presence. The burden of their relationship weighed heavily on Dveig, as she carried it like a pocket of dead energy, sharing it only with a select few journalists off the record. But Dveig's decision to come forward publicly with her story was motivated by various factors. One of them was the cultural shift and increased focus on power dynamics in relationships, particularly those involving older men and younger women. She began to question the enabling culture that allowed great men like JFK to engage in womanizing behavior with the support of countless others. For Dveig, telling her story is not only a product of her age, but also of her newfound wisdom and the ability to articulate her experiences. In the past, she was driven by adrenaline and the thrill of being in the presence of such a starry person. But over time, she reflects on the complexities of their relationship and the lessons she learned about her value and identity. Their affair was far from a traditional romance, especially because JFK never brought her flowers and treated her courteously. While Dveig considered herself madly in love, Kennedy was more scrupulous, never uttering the words, "I love you." Their relationship left a lasting impact on Dveig, leading her to drop out of graduate school and relocate to Washington, D.C. after Kennedy was elected president in 1960. There, she found herself working as a research assistant at the National Security Council, a position she later discovered Kennedy had arranged for her. During the inaugural festivities in 1961, Dveig sensed a shift in their dynamic. She realized that JFK wanted her to be isolated, alone in the vast sea of his attention. As their relationship faded, Dveig confronted JFK, accusing him of no longer loving her, only to realize that he had never expressed those words to her. Their final encounter marked the end of their affair, with JFK expressing condolences about her sick father, further highlighting the emotional distance between them. Following their separation, Dveig left her job at the National Security Council and moved to Paris. It was there that she received the numbing news of JFK's assassination in November 1963. Over time, she rebuilt her life, marrying a professor at Yale and pursuing a career as an actress. Eventually, she returned to Washington, D.C., where she held influential positions and later established her psychotherapy practice in New York City. Reflecting on Kennedy's character, Dveig acknowledged that he embodied the male mythology of his time, where the pattern was to seek out young and attractive women. She admitted that in her youth, she was dazzled by his charm, but now, as she has grown older, she values wisdom and experience over fleeting allure. In the end, Dveig's story of her affair with JFK paints a complex picture of a relationship that shaped her life in profound ways. Mary Pinchot Meyer. The intriguing love story between Mary Pinchot Meyer and President John F. Kennedy sheds light not only on their alleged relationship, but also on the mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. Amidst the array of women who entered JFK's life, there was one constant lover who held a special place in his heart: Mary Pinchot Meyer. Described as an artist with a captivating spirit, Mary Pinchot Meyer possessed a unique allure that distinguished her from Kennedy's other paramours. She was not only expensively educated and socially prominent like Kennedy's wife, Jackie, but she was also adventurous, opinionated, and sensual, an intriguing combination that drew JFK to her. Their connection deepened from January 1962 until Kennedy's untimely death. Despite his numerous affairs, JFK found in Mary a confidante and someone with whom he could engage intellectually and emotionally. She became his beacon, a trusted advisor who spent mornings in the Oval Office, discussing important matters with him. On October 12, 1964, just 2 days before her 44th birthday, Mary took her routine walk along the towpath of the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal in Washington's Georgetown neighborhood. Tragically, she was shot execution-style in the head and the heart, leaving behind a community in shock and a murder case that remains unsolved to this day. In the aftermath of Mary's death, her best friend urgently contacted Mary's sister, Tony, and Tony's husband, Ben Bradley, the renowned editor of the Washington Post. The friend revealed a startling secret. Mary had a diary, and it needed to be secured immediately. What followed is an event shrouded in mystery and intrigue. One version of events suggests that the Bradleys rushed to Mary's art studio, only to discover James Angleton, the head of counterintelligence at the CIA, holding a bolt cutter. Amidst the tension, they eventually found a small notebook, primarily filled with paint swatches, sketches, and shorthand ideas for her art. However, there were also a few pages that hinted at an affair with an unnamed lover. Pages that could have held significant historical value. Shockingly, Ben Bradley chose to burn the notebook. In doing so, he effectively destroyed potential evidence that could have aided the police investigation and provided valuable insights for historians seeking to understand the dynamics between Kennedy and Mary. The identity of Mary's lover was not explicitly stated in the surviving pages of her diary. However, the Bradleys quickly deduced that it was none other than JFK himself. The revelation left them stunned as they grappled with the realization that their close friend Mary had shared a profound love affair with the charismatic president. Mary's relationship with JFK extended beyond a mere physical connection. She was his trusted confidant, a woman who challenged him intellectually and shared his aspirations. In the aftermath of his assassination, Mary harbored doubts about the official narrative surrounding the event, publicly voicing her belief that Lee Harvey Oswald had not acted alone. This outspokenness, combined with her critical stance on the Warren Commission's report, made her a figure of controversy in Washington's elite circles. The circumstances surrounding Mary's murder remain a subject of speculation and intrigue. While an African-American man was arrested, tried, and ultimately acquitted, the question of who was truly responsible for her death remains unanswered. The loss of Mary Pinchot Meyer represents not only a personal tragedy, but also a potential loss of valuable insights into a tumultuous period in American history. The story of Mary Pinchot Meyer and her connection to JFK provides a captivating glimpse into the complexities of their relationship and the circumstances that surrounded her untimely demise. Mimi Alford. In her explosive memoir from 2012, titled Once Upon a Secret, My Affair with President John Kennedy and Its Aftermath, Mimi Alford recounts a captivating tale of forbidden love and scandal. At the tender age of 19, Alford found herself thrust into the heart of power as an intern in the White House. Little did she know that her life was about to take a dramatic turn. It all began on her fourth day working in the White House when a phone call from Dave Powers, an assistant to the president, would change everything. Invited to join him and two other female staffers at the White House pool, Alford couldn't have anticipated the arrival of the charismatic and remarkably fit President JFK himself. As he gracefully floated towards her, the weight of their fateful encounter hung in the air. Their conversation was brief, but it sparked something within them that couldn't be ignored. Soon after, Alford received an invitation to join the president for drinks in the West Sitting Hall, along with some other staffers. It was an offer she couldn't resist. Little did she know that this innocent-sounding invitation would lead her into uncharted territory. Alford found herself alone with JFK, exploring the intimate confines of the White House living quarters. With the First Lady and their children away for the summer, the stage was set for a rendezvous that would forever alter Alford's perception of love and desire. As JFK stood before her, his eyes locked onto hers, a powerful connection formed. At that moment, boundaries blurred, and the forbidden became irresistible. The events that followed were a whirlwind of emotions for the young intern. She revealed her innocence to the president, who proceeded with their encounter. Afterward, as she lay there shocked, JFK appeared unfazed, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. He called a car to take her home, leaving Alford to grapple with her conflicting emotions. Confusion enveloped her as she pondered the significance of what had just occurred. Despite the gravity of their secret affair, Alford continued to swim with the president and eagerly awaited his call whenever Jackie was out of town. The trysts may not have taken place in Jackie's bedroom again, but their passion found other outlets, such as baths and nights spent in his chambers. Alford was undeterred by the judgment of others, fearlessly showing up in the same outfit 2 days in a row after spending the night with the president. In her memoir, Alford admits that guilt eluded her at the time. In her 19-year-old mind, she believed she wasn't intruding upon JFK's marriage, but rather occupying the president's time when his wife was absent. If JFK himself showed no signs of remorse, why should she? Curiously, despite spending 18 months in his presence, Alford never once met Jackie Kennedy, further fueling her detachment from the implications of their affair. Within the pages of her memoir, Alford reveals one of the most harrowing moments of their relationship. She alleges that JFK once coerced her into performing oral relations on Dave Powers during a swimming pool gathering. It was a scene she describes as pathetic and sordid, one she can hardly bear to recall. In a display of strength, Alford courageously refused a similar request made by Teddy Kennedy a year later. This marked a turning point for her, as she finally stood up to the power that had held her captive. In the aftermath of their affair, Alford has been urged by friends to view JFK as a predator, given the severe power imbalance between them. While she acknowledges that he took advantage of her youth, Alford's perspective remains complex. She admits that she liked feeling special, even amid a complicated and controversial relationship. When the affair between Mimi Alford and President JFK was thrust into the public eye, it unleashed a whirlwind of consequences that swept through Alford's life. The revelation of their secret love affair had far-reaching effects, leaving an indelible mark on her journey. As the news broke, Alford found herself thrust into the harsh glare of the public spotlight. The media circus descended upon her, hungry for every detail of their illicit romance. The prying eyes of the press and the curious public dissected her personal life, leaving her exposed and vulnerable. The fallout from the affair also exacted a heavy toll on Alford's reputation. The aftermath of the affair forced Alford to embark on a journey of self-reflection and soul-searching. It was a time to confront her feelings, choices, and the consequences they carried. Through this introspection, she had the chance to discover her strength and redefine her path forward. Priscilla Wear. Amidst the captivating world of JFK's alleged infidelities, one affair allegedly crossed a line that even Jackie Kennedy couldn't ignore. As the president's reputed mistresses seemed to multiply like rabbits, there was one woman who reportedly drew Jackie's attention and prompted her to break her silence. JFK's reputation as a notorious womanizer is the stuff of legends, even 6 decades after his passing. From glamorous Hollywood stars to White House staff, the president's alleged extramarital escapades knew no bounds, and his fidelity to Jackie seemed to waver at every turn. Among the reported mistresses was Priscilla Wear, a White House staff member who worked closely with JFK during his presidency. According to reports, Wear, who served under JFK's secretary, is not only known for her professional roles, but also for their close relationship with the president. She even earned the cheeky security nickname Fiddle, emphasizing alleged connections to JFK rather than their job performance. She often found herself accompanying JFK on business trips to exotic locales such as Berlin, Rome, Ireland, Costa Rica, Mexico, and Nassau. Rumor has it that her actual work took a back seat during these excursions, with former Secret Service agents claiming that she rarely seemed to be engaged in their official duties. Instead, she allegedly embarked on adventures that involved skinny dipping with the president and returning to her posts with damp hair, an intriguing twist to the typical office routine. While Jackie Kennedy may have presented herself as the epitome of a picture-perfect couple, she was not oblivious to her husband's alleged affair with Priscilla Wear. Legend has it that during a tour of the White House with a Paris Match reporter, Jackie pointedly remarked in French as they passed Wear's desk, acknowledging her as the woman who supposedly shared her husband's bed. It was a rare moment of candor from Jackie, who usually maintained a dignified silence on the subject. Priscilla Wear, however, has remained tight-lipped about the alleged affair, never publicly addressing the rumors. Her silence adds an air of mystery to an already intriguing tale, leaving us to wonder about the untold stories and hidden truths that surround JFK's presidency. In the enthralling realm of JFK's alleged infidelities, the affair with Priscilla Wear stands out as a chapter that even Jackie Kennedy, with her poise and grace, couldn't ignore. It adds yet another layer of complexity to the captivating narrative of JFK's personal life, reminding us that behind the polished facade of a picture-perfect couple, there often lies a web of secrets and unspoken truths. Tierney. In the realm of JFK's hidden love affairs and untold stories, there was one relationship that remained concealed until Tierney revealed it in her memoir, Self-Portrait, many years after it had transpired. And the person who captured her heart was none other than the charismatic former U.S. President, JFK, as he was known to those close to him. Their paths crossed in 1946, a pivotal moment in both of their lives. Tierney, having endured the breakdown of her marriage with Cassini, found solace on the set of Dragonwyck, one of her upcoming film productions. It was there that she encountered the young World War II veteran, JFK, who was visiting the set. As fate would have it, their connection grew stronger over the course of the year they spent together. However, the future seemed uncertain for the pair due to JFK's unwavering ambition to become the leader of the United States. In her memoir, Tierney recounts a poignant moment during a lunch in New York when Kennedy abruptly confessed, "You know, Jean, I can never marry you." The weight of his aspirations cast a shadow on their relationship. At that moment, surrounded by the buzz of conversation as their friends joined them at the table, Tierney chose to remain silent. The air grew heavy as JFK prepared to depart for his flight back to Washington. But before leaving, Tierney summoned the courage to bid him farewell. In a soft, almost whispered voice, she uttered, "Bye-bye, Jack." Surprised, he paused, retraced his steps, and with a slightly askew smile, asked her to clarify. "What do you mean? That sounds kind of final," he inquired. "It is," she replied. Their eyes locked in an intense gaze that seemed to transcend time. And with that, he turned and left to catch his plane. It marked the end of their chapter as a couple, a bittersweet conclusion to a love story that was never meant to be. Yet, even as their paths diverged, life had a way of intertwining their fates once more. When Kennedy was elected president in 1961, Tierney couldn't resist reaching out to him, sending a note to congratulate him on his victory. It was a poignant gesture, a reflection of the lingering affection she held for the man who once held her heart. Looking back, Tierney acknowledged the signs that should have foretold the inevitable outcome. She mused, "I should have known our situation was hopeless. But sometimes the heart yearns for what it cannot have, and the allure of a love that could never fully bloom remains etched in the memories of those who dared to dream." Audrey Hepburn. Amidst the enduring memory of Marilyn Monroe's seductive rendition of Happy Birthday, there exists a forgotten chapter in John Kennedy's alleged love life. It seems that another A-list mistress took the stage the following year, capturing the attention of the charismatic president. According to reports, Audrey Hepburn, the iconic star of Breakfast at Tiffany's, lent her enchanting voice to serenade Kennedy on his birthday. While speculation swirled around this secret affair for years, it gained legitimacy when a remarkable letter was unearthed, shedding light on their connection. The letter and its accompanying envelope, now on display at the JFK archives, offered a tangible glimpse into their hidden world. Eyewitnesses who had the privilege of glimpsing the letter shared its contents, which revealed Kennedy's heartfelt gratitude to the beloved actress. Dated June 18, 1963, the letter reads, "Dear Audrey, I want you to know how much I appreciated all the efforts you made and time you spent in making my birthday party in New York on May 23rd such a success. It was delightful, and I am very grateful to you for the part you played in making it so enjoyable. With every good wish, sincerely, John Kennedy. Miss Audrey Hepburn, 100 Delfern, Beverly Hills, California." So, while the world is familiar with Kennedy's alleged affair with Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn's involvement has remained shrouded in mystery. However, the book Jack and Jackie, Portrait of an American Marriage, written by Christopher Anderson, dives deep into the allegations, unraveling a hidden side of Hepburn that few had the privilege to witness. Anderson paints a vivid picture of a woman who was not only captivatingly intelligent and well-read, but also possessed a playful and seductive nature that the public never truly glimpsed. Their affair, though brief, left an indelible mark on both Kennedy and Hepburn. However, as their romantic entanglement fizzled, they managed to maintain a professional rapport, akin to colleagues who had shared an unforgettable secret. And it was through her mellifluous voice, singing Happy Birthday to the President, that Audrey Hepburn left an enduring imprint on a chapter of history that has often been overshadowed by the iconic performance of another. In the tapestry of Kennedy's alleged affairs, Audrey Hepburn's fleeting presence adds a touch of elegance and mystique. Her talent, intellect, and hidden sensuality cast a spell on the president, offering a glimpse into a world where power, fame, and desire converged. And though their connection remains a tantalizing enigma, the memory of Hepburn's voice echoing through the halls of power lingers,
You're getting fat, or maybe it's been raining too long. You're just sad, that's all.
reminding us of the fascinating complexities that lie beneath the surface of historical narratives. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.